Hi, Christos Paloukas here, performance engineer at Pressidium Managed WordPress Hosting, and I'm here with my friend today, Ren Stathman, is it? What's your last name?
Stanforth.
Sorry. Ren Stanford. Ren Stanford is a WordPress developer, and she's about my age, so she's probably been doing that for how long? 15 years?
No. 11.
11 years.
Yeah.
So you've been in the space for 11 years up until
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Um, how do you feel about that?
I feel I feel old, but I know people who have been in the IT industry for way longer. So I'll just think that 11 years is just like level 11 in video game.
Yeah, fair enough. You just
Yeah.
started, you just started like farming. You got your initial gear,
Yeah.
and now you're ready.
Yeah.
Um, I think I've been like officially in IT, like working since 2012.
Mhm.
So yeah, we're just about the same, 12 years. I think it was at the 10-year point when I finally figured out like what I'm into and what I like.
Mhm. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, it took time. Plus, in IT, usually, at least for me and some other people that I've spoken to, the career path that we ultimately end up with has to do with like the jobs we end up finding.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the what is your true calling? Like
Like,
first few years you'd be like all over the place, and it will settle down after a few years. Like on your fifth year you will know what you want to do in the long run. So yeah, I think I know what I'm gonna do.
So give us a little background. Continue my intro before we get into questions.
Okay, so hi guys, my name is Ren Stanforth. I am a WordPress enthusiast and developer. I am a WordPress deputy manager for CreateIT, a software development company based in Poland. I am originally from the Philippines, and over the years, I've worked on a variety of projects and I've met some of the most brilliant minds in the IT industry who have taught me so much, and I am determined to share my experiences and what I've learned since stepping out of our local tech scene for a few years. I am now ready. I am now back. And this is thanks to all of the influential women who I met at WordCamp Asia 2025, especially to Michelle Frichet, a very inspirational woman and who was with you a few episodes back. So
Yeah.
thank you for having me here, Christos.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Definitely. And Michelle, everyone loves Michelle. We all love Michelle. Michelle is a sweetheart, like the epitome of sweethearts. But now it's
Yeah.
not about Michelle, it's about Ren.
Yeah, thank you.
You said you got back into the game now, so welcome back. And
Thank you.
I'm definitely going to start with my first question. That's going to be,
Yeah.
what was your WordPress and IT origin story like? Like, how did this start? You're a Filipino woman.
Yeah.
You went to school, you finished school, and then how did IT get in your life?
So let me start when I was like very young and during the early 2000s. This was the digital age when computers in the Philippines were beginning to be commercialized. I think the Philippines had it later. So we had so many computer cafes popping up. My aunt even had one, and every time we visit them, I always hang out there. And since then, I got curious about computers and how they work. And also, I remember when I was young, I self taught how to burn CDs from the songs I downloaded in LimeWire and
Yeah, yeah.
customize MySpace and Friendster. And I remember also that I wanted moving butterflies on my webpage in Friendster. So I did that using HTML and CSS, and I got hooked. So when I was ready to go to university, I decided to take computer engineering and graduated with a major in computer networks. And I've decided um, to pursue software development. And since when I was an intern, I was introduced with WordPress. And I still remember the first plugin I made, and I published it in the WordPress.org plugins page. It was a YouTube playlist that you can stylize in your website, but it's not there anymore. I think it's because it's deprecated, but I still have my commit messages in my old WordPress account, and it gives me a nostalgic feeling that I did that, and that was like my first encounter with WordPress, and I pursued it over the years, and I'm now a deputy manager of our WordPress department.
That's awesome. I have to ask,
Yeah.
you mentioned the wow, blast from the past. So we're about the same age and we're probably around the same technologies too. Friendster, I never got into that. MySpace, I did get into it, and I do
Mhm.
remember having to write HTML for it. LimeWire, ShareBear. Did you use ShareBear too?
No, no,
Oh, just
I
LimeWire.
didn't. Yeah,
Uh,
just LimeWire because I think it was the famous one in the
mhm.
Philippines. Yeah,
Um,
the lemon logo was always on the screen, and I was like, oh, how do you use this? So
yeah,
um yeah.
like downloading a song and waiting, I don't know, an
Yeah,
hour.
and I think everyone learned from that. When you think that it's a music and it has .exe, that's a virus. Everyone
People,
learned.
nah, everyone. Don't say everyone. People still
Oh,
click on things they shouldn't.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah, especially nowadays. I mean, even if it's a PDF file, it could be anything.
Oh yeah,
Unless you're like, you know, maybe you're running a Linux system that doesn't do the same process that Windows systems do with executables,
yeah,
which
yeah.
people should use. Did your initial plugin, were there flying butterflies on the styles for the YouTube
Oh no,
plugin?
no, we gotta be, professional and corporate. So it was just like changing of colors to match the theme of the website. Yeah.
Okay, that's something. I would still prefer the flying butterflies. It would make it more, it's fun. And it'd be
Yeah.
challenging too, because you would have to avoid clicking on the butterfly.
Yeah, exactly. I should like revamp it, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
sure. Okay. So in the real world, I really hate all that stuff, like the snow. You know, when snow falls on sites, and then you
Yeah.
click a button and you click on the snow, and then the button doesn't.
Yeah. I understand the feeling because I experienced that as well. I
Yeah.
just remembered the game. I don't know if you know this game wherein it is a game wherein you try to click something but it moves away on your screen. So I don't know if you're
I don't
familiar
know
with
it.
that.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I'd be
I
okay with
forgot.
that.
It moves away from your mouse and you try to catch it but you can't.
That's awesome. It sounds spiritual,
Yeah.
like Tao. The closer you get to Tao, the further it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good analogy too. I'm gonna
Yeah.
remember that one. Do you want to add anything about your origin story? There has to be more juice.
Um I think that's just it. Um I wouldn't say that I'm a privileged kid growing up, but I
Yeah.
was well provided. So I know some of the Filipinos, majority of the Filipinos, they have a hard time getting resources, and it is still a problem now with students in the Philippines. That's why there's a lot of this is what I love about the community and the private sector, because they don't throw away their computers, the used ones. They donate it to less privileged schools, so nothing goes to waste. And I think I've referred my previous employer to an organization, a charity,
Mhm.
and they've donated their used computers there because we were required to buy new ones for government regulations that need to buy new laptops for the economy to circulate. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we have that initiative, and I think What other origin story? I can't think of anything right now. Probably I don't want to
That makes
to
sense
think
too.
about it. Yeah, so I think
Well, you don't have to. Don't pressure yourself. We still have like two awesome questions and awesome conversation to do.
yeah, so no, it's just uh only the happy memories.
Yeah, just keep
Yeah.
on, hold on to those. Get rid of the rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Then you ready for the second question?
Yeah. What is the
All right,
second question?
it's a big one. It's so you're basically a double minority.
Yeah.
You're both a Filipino, and which is kind of sad that Filipinos are a minority. But anyway, you're a Filipino and a
Yeah.
Filipina. I'm sorry, and a woman.
Yeah.
So, what
Yeah, that's
challenges have
true.
you faced in the community in your overall like life in IT, and then into your career, maybe even in the WordPress community?
Hmm. Um, the challenges that I faced as a woman in tech is that it's not always that um people respect you
Hmm.
like because of your gender. I remembered when we were interviewing someone for a job position. When I was asking a question, he cuts me off and then he answers. But if my partner was asking questions, he lets him finish. So I was like, wow. So, and then we ended up not hiring him because of um the way he answered and the way he made me feel. So he was like a little bit cocky, but um most of my time as a developer, I am blessed. I
Hmm.
am blessed that I've been in a company wherein I am treated equally. And, you know, um, I can't speak for everyone in the Philippines, but I've heard that some Filipinas had it worse. So that's why I feel for them. And I think if we keep on talking about it in conferences and sharing how we should, approach it, it the the inequality will disappear. So, and other challenges that I faced, this is not about gender. Probably the space from the recruitment side, because in the Philippines we don't have laws yet that recruiters should respond at a certain amount of time to applicants. I know other countries they have that laws that they should respond to applicants if they got accepted or rejected, and many times when I was applying before, I get ghosted. A few friends they even took a technical exam and then they got ghosted. Like, and when you send an email, for example, like, hey, I thought that the interview went well, I would like to know where I did wrong so that I can improve it for the
Yeah.
future, and they just ghost people. So I think that's one of the challenges as well. And what else? Yeah, the this one um I'm a bit bitter about this. When I was applying for an overseas work, I got accepted at this German company and I got a work visa, but then our Philippine regulations, we need extra papers like overseas workers regulation papers for us to work outside of the Philippines and pay taxes, not for the country that we're gonna work, but
Yeah.
for the Philippines. Yeah, and that discouraged me so much because I ended up um, not being able to get the exact documents, and it was really difficult. And my employer at that time, they decided to stop the cooperation because it took me around 6 months of waiting. But I know that for blue collar jobs, the labor force, it's easy for them because the agencies around the world are established, so it's easy for them to get the exact papers to work outside of the Philippines. As for me, a developer, a white collar worker, it is new to the Department of Overseas Workers,
Yeah.
because their policy, their contract is only suited for labor work, so not for workforce um, that that's like me.
Yeah.
So yeah, so those are the challenges that I faced along my career.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So in general, I have no idea of like, well, I do know a bit about the Philippines from an old friend, Eliza, in the States.
Hi, Eliza.
Hi, Eliza. Hey, Eliza, miss you. Um, yeah, great family, great person too, sweetheart. But what about like in the you work at remotely now, right? So you work at a Polish company from the Philippines. What about
Yeah.
people that work
Uh,
in the Philippines in IT? You think it's like the
uh,
same as far as equality, discrimination, I don't know, benefits go?
um, I work on site. Sorry for the misconception. Yeah, I work on site because
Oh,
I want to, yeah, to be close to my team,
okay.
and I think, yeah, the government the government are requiring their workers to go back on site, go back to the office, to um to keep the economy going in that area. So, but with
Okay.
regards to my current employer, I don't experience any inequality. I know that it's fair. My employers, they are easy to talk to. I'm blessed that
That's awesome.
um yeah, I'm blessed that it's so easy to talk to them. I know that when I was working at an Australian company, my teammates, they get nervous speaking to other cultures because they don't know how they would react, or probably they have like this misunderstanding. And because I am you know I am, what you call this, I have experience with
Yeah.
different people, different culture. I tell my fellow Filipinos, it's okay, it's just an expression, like it's nothing personal. Don't beat yourself because he said this, he said that. That's how he is in their country. So at the end of the day, it's understanding and not taking everything personal. So
Yeah, that
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah,
So you're
so
like
it's
there
like
with your colleagues being like, don't worry about it. You got me
yeah,
here.
yeah,
I'm here for you.
yeah,
Don't listen to
exactly.
anyone.
Yeah, so they come to me, and then it's like, can you help me how to pass this message to him? So it's like, yeah, I
Mhm.
got you. So this is how you will do it. It was before ChatGPT, so people can just
Okay.
do ChatGPT now and said, can you make this friendly and stuff like that. So
Yeah, yeah.
before before, I was like the bridge of talking to
Communicate.
um yeah, to other people from other culture. And yeah, because of me being an
Hmm.
extrovert probably helped in doing that.
Hmm. Well, that's good. I mean, I disagree with like the stereotypical IT person that has to be an introvert, that doesn't talk to people and like hides in the corner. I'm kind of both. There's a term for that. I think we used it before when we were talking. I don't remember it.
Ambivert.
Ambivert. There are too many
Yeah, I
terms
think.
today.
Yeah.
Um, I totally disagree because IT, the foundation of IT, I mean, IT means information technologies, right? So
Yeah.
information communication, like ICT, information communication technologies, talking, speaking, like what do protocols do at the end of the day? You said you studied networking. I had a bit of a networking background in the beginning, of my story. What happens
Yeah.
when two routers talk different protocols? You've got one of them running RIP, and you've got the other running OSPF. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. There's no even handshake.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
That's cute. There's literally not even like the other person is trying to find their hand and they can't.
Yeah.
So communication above all, regardless of
Yeah.
whether you identify as an introvert, extrovert, or ambivert, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We learned a new word today. I'm gonna move into the last question.
Okay.
How was WordCamp Asia? Tell me all about WordCamp Asia 2025.
Okay. So WordCamp Asia 2025 is probably the best WordCamp that I've been to. Well, I've been to 2 WordCamps, but this is the first for WordCamp Asia, and I really enjoyed it. The sessions, the topics of the sessions, the workshops, they're very interesting, and I've learned a lot. I was so worried that I might get information overload, but I didn't, because the speakers were very good at what they do, and I didn't get bored. I was so hooked. This is based from experience. I don't know how others are experiencing how they were experiencing WordCamp Asia, but for me, all in all, it was one of a kind. Yeah, because of the interactive games that they set up. The first one was the rubber ducky hunt challenge. So it is the small miniature rubber ducky that's been hidden in places, and there's this special rubber ducky that if you find it, you get a special prize, and the prize was a plushie of a duck. It was so cute, but I got the normal small rubber ducky, so just for bragging rights. I left it at the office because I have small toys on my desk as my rubber ducks. Are you familiar with the rubber ducky method? Yeah, so
do you talk to them? Do you speak to them?
Yeah, in my mind, because it's quiet in the office, so I don't want to
whisper. Just whisper to the duck.
Yeah, so it was fun. And the other interactive activity is the bingo card, where there are boxes, and then the questions there were Philippine trivia questions about the Philippines. Yep. And the venue, and there were boxes there as well for speakers to sign, or volunteers to sign, or organizers. And then I got my miniature duck by talking to an organizer. Shout out to Anand. I asked him, I got to know him, and he was like, hey, among all of the people who asked for signatures, you're truly the only one who really wants to connect. So here's a rubber ducky for you. And I was like, I was so honored. And yeah, so in my mind, I was like, I'm just using the bingo card for it to be a conversation starter, because I went to WordCamp Asia by myself. So it was like nerve-wracking, because I didn't know anyone there, not until I saw some familiar faces from the tech community. So I talked to them for a little bit, and then went to sessions, and then met up with them again, and then go to sessions by myself, because the friend that I met there, he was in UX sessions, and I went to there's this sponsors hall. But before that, I completed the bingo card game. Sorry, I got sidetracked. So I completed the bingo card game, and during the raffle, I was picked for the 3rd place of the raffle for the bingo card game. So, and I won freebies, and I was so happy because I won something in WordCamp Asia. And there's also sponsors hall there. it is placed in another building, so you'd have to walk and spend some time going there. And
Okay.
then there were a lot of sponsors there, and they gave great prizes like a MacBook Air, an iPad, AirPods, a DJI drone,
Oh,
discounts for their products. Yeah,
yeah.
it was a really good experience for me, and it was something that I missed for a very very long time, since I stepped out a few years in the tech community to focus on myself. And this is something that I really really missed, and I am very determined to go back and be involved in our local tech community again.
That's so, yeah, so you're genuinely genuine, and I think you deserve the little rubber ducky because you sound
Ah,
genuine as hell right
thank
now too.
you.
That's great.
Thank
Always be that
you.
way. Please always be that way.
Ah, thank
Low
you.
on time, so I'm gonna ask you if you wanna like use 30 seconds to add anything you want before I ask you where people can find you.
Um, always, always keep on learning, because
Yeah,
our technology rises exponentially. So there's always something to learn about every day.
good. There's
Yeah.
a saying, I don't know if it's Greek or not, but they use it in Greece sometimes, that once you stop learning, you start dying. So yeah, always
That's a
keep
bit dark.
learning. You weren't expecting that, were you?
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah, it's the decline. So where can people find you if they wanted to reach out?
Okay, so if you'd like to connect or reach out or have me speak at your events, feel free to visit my website at renstanforth.com. You can check out my socials there and drop me a message. I'd love to share the insights I gathered over the years with you.
Wonderful. That was good. Cool. It's time to say goodbye to everyone. Bye, everyone. Bye
Bye.
bye.